All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the Polished Playbook podcast. And this is where sports, culture, fashion, and real life all run the same offense. Now, if this is your first time joining us, welcome. And thanks for tuning in. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sharon, a.k.a. DJ Diamond Diva in the building, along with my co-host, Keena, a.k.a.
Nails and Apples.
Hey, Nails and Apples on all social media platforms.
Yes.
And we are your new favorite KC Sports media girlies, and we'll be the voice bringing you the energy every single week. So without further ado, welcome. Each episode, we're going to be breaking down the headlines, the mess, the magic, all of the moments that make sports feel personal. Anything like stuff from women's hoops to the NFL, whatever chaos is on the timeline, honey, we got you, okay? And let's not forget plenty of hometown KC Sports love.
Yes.
So we got all of that into one, all right? So without further ado, Keena, how's your week been? What's going on with you?
Week's been good. We're not really talking about it on the podcast today, but I'll just mention that I went to the Sporting KC game, their home opener.
Yes. How was it?
It was good. It was really cool. You know, Sporting hasn't been the best over the past few years, but hey, they tied. And I got to see 2 goals. Good. So I was very excited. It was a great experience. Good. It was a little chilly. Yeah. A little cold, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, hopefully Sporting gets back. Now, they do have a championship. I remember we got one a few years back, but we got to get back to,
I think it was like
to
2013 or 14.
Something like, it was a bit that long ago?
Yeah, because we looked, my son took me and we looked up at the
banners.
Yeah,
and stuff.
we were like, ooh.
Dang.
Been a minute.
Dwayne.
But they're starting off great, so I was excited to be there.
Yep, new season, so hopefully they do good. Shout out to Sporting KC.
Well, how was your week?
My week was pretty good. What did I do last week? I can't even remember. I can't even remember.
Sure,
like
I'll
at
be
this
so
point,
busy.
the weeks just run together. But no, overall it was good. Nothing stand out bad. I'm trying to think. I didn't have any exciting sports games last week, but
this is a new week.
I feel like that's what I did. I just watched the combine and stuff all week. You know, in addition to the other influence and things. Yeah, just chill.
Okay, that's always
just
fun.
Chill.
That's always good. All right.
So it was a good week. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're gonna start off with our weekly rundown. Maybe one day I'll get my air horn, y'all.
One day
it's coming. Right. So I'm gonna start off with the combine. All right. For those of you that know, our football girlies and guys, where y'all at? The NFL scouting combine is officially in the books, and this draft class, I would say, is pretty interesting. It was all about speed. Okay,
yeah.
We love to see the speed. Okay, Kenyon Sadiq out of Oregon. He's a tight end. Ran a 4.39 on the 40. Now, for those of you that don't watch the combine, like the 40 is one of the big highlights of the combine. We want to see how fast everybody is. And so, like I mentioned, Kenyon Sadiq out of Oregon, he was a 4.39, and that is the fastest 40-yard dash ever recorded at the combine by a tight end.
Wow, he was moving.
So shout out to him. If I had my horn, definitely deserves one. Toriano Pride, Mizzou, my alma mater. Shout out to all Mizzou folks. ZOU. Yes, from Mizzou, he clocked a 4.32. So he was the fastest among all corners, and then the second fastest overall through the first 2 days. So shout out to Toriano Pride, okay? Also, he had a 37.5-inch vertical and a 10'8" broad jump. So they also do, if you guys see the little things, what are they called?
I don't know. But
the
people jump up.
They jump up and they got to hit them so you can see how tall or how high they jump. And so all of that's important, and it relates to the different skills on the field. So that's what we're looking at, and that's really good for his position. So I think he's going to be one to watch. I don't know. It's just when you get into the combine, it makes it more exciting for the draft because you actually kind of know who the guys are, and then you can see where they land and who picks them up. Sonny Styles, he's another one. He's out of Ohio State. He's one of the most complete defensive performances that I've seen. Like, he's going to be good. And I don't know who's going to get him. Like, so I wish the Chiefs could just get everybody good.
We get everybody good.
But we won't, unfortunately. So he showed why he's a top 10 prospect at the combine. And then Fernando Mendoza, he's a QB. And so he had some strong workouts, some interviews. He didn't run a 40 or anything like that, but he still looks like he'll probably go 1 overall.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. The Raiders are number 1, so they'll probably take him. Poor Fernando Mendoza. You got to go to the Raiders. I'm sorry. Shout out to all the Raider fans. Y'all already know what it is. You see my shirt today? I'm
in almost every other day.
Yeah, I'm all the time.
This is the kingdom.
So No disrespect, but yeah, we don't. The Raiders, we'll see what y'all talking about. We'll see. Now, if you missed it, I won't go through everything. I did do a quick little highlight reel. So if you want to check it out, want to know a little bit more about some of the people that were highlights at the Combine this year, feel free to look on my Instagram at DJ Diamond Diva. And I do have a synopsis video of kind of the standouts from the Combine if you are interested.
And it's really good.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Now, I'm going to pivot a little bit from that. You know, the NFL, we just finished the Combine, so we're going to transition to the start of the league year. And there are some major trades and franchise tag decisions that have been finalized as of March 2nd, okay? So just really quickly, some of those moves. David Montgomery, he's a running back. The Detroit Lions have traded him to the Houston Texans in exchange for offensive lineman Juice Scruggs and 2 draft picks. All right. Titus Howard, he's an offensive tackle. The Houston Texans have traded him to the Cleveland Browns for a 2026 5th-round pick. And then Howard has signed a 3-year, $63 million extension with Cleveland. So he's getting his money. Anthony Richardson, quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. He was sidelined. He was injured this year. So we saw Danny Dimes stepping in as quarterback. And so they've mutually agreed to seek a trade, and the Vikings are kind of the primary suitor. I did see some stuff online about how he might make a good fit in Kansas City kind of as a backup, and that he's not against sitting behind somebody like a Patrick Mahomes. And I said that's not a bad idea, because
for us.
We don't know exactly when Mahomes is coming back. And then also Gardner Minshew, our backup, he's hurt.
Yeah.
So what we gonna do?
It'd be good to get somebody in at that level too.
Yes. So we'll see. A lot of people are hinting towards the Vikings, but we'll see what happens. He's out here in these streets, not those type of streets, but in the trade streets, okay? Jermaine Johnson, he's a defensive end, and Tavondre Sweat, a defensive tackle. The Jets traded Johnson to the Titans in exchange for Sweat, okay? And then bringing it back local to Kansas City, Juwan Taylor, offensive tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs. He has been released, and that will clear approximately $20 million in cap space. So we did it. We did it, Kansas City. We did it. We had to get under that cap. You know, they increased the cap to over $300 million, which is insane.
That is insane.
This year, and the Chiefs were still over the budget. So we've did some restructuring. I mentioned last week, Mahomes has been restructured. We have released Mike Dana, and then now they've released Juwan Taylor. So we should be where we need to be.
Yeah, and thank you, Juwan Taylor, for your service with the Chiefs.
Yes, for sure. And so the deadline for teams to apply the franchise tag was on Tuesday, March 3rd at 4 p.m. So that is shut down as the time that you're seeing this. And one of the standouts, I'm not going to name everything, but George Pickens, he's a wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. They did place a franchise tag on him ahead of the deadline. So
he's good, too.
Yeah. Yep. He's pretty good. Now, I'm going to move on to my top 5, you guys. Here's a quick little handy-dandy segment, once again, related to the Combine, because we know now we're turning the page to the NFL Draft. That's going to be in April. So I'm excited about that. The Chiefs are number 9. It's coming right up.
9 is insane.
Ain't it? Who would have thought? Y'all, and I'm not mad. I said this at the beginning, you can't win them all.
Right.
And we've been dominant, and I think we're going to come back dominant this year. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But last year wasn't quite what we thought. And as a result, we got rewarded with the number 9.
Hey, we'll take it.
Number 9 on the draft board. So out of the Combine, like I said, there were a lot of highlights, a lot of stars. Obviously, we'd love to take all the good people, but we can't. So here are, in my opinion, DJ Diamond Divas, 5 available best players that I think the Chiefs in particular should be targeting at the draft. So I'm going to go number 1, Jeremiah Love. I'm starting off at the run B position because we need a running back, right? We don't know what Pacheco and Hunt are going to do, and we need that to help equalize our offense and to give Patrick some relief to make the defenses honest. So I'm going with Jeremiah Love. Now, the interesting thing about him is I don't know that he's going to be on the board, Keena. We're going to see.
Yeah.
Because teams like the Commanders, teams like the Saints. Also, I heard, I don't know if they say Cardinals might be interested. It's somebody else. I said, oh, man.
But Jeremiah Love is interested in the Chiefs.
He is. And that's what I said. I was like, he don't want to go nowhere else, y'all. Just let him. He don't want to go to y'all. He wants to come on over. So let him go. But you know how it is. Business is business.
Yeah.
So depending on the need, he may not be around. But if he is, I would say so. He's actually a St. Louis native. So shout out to STL in the building.
That's
all my STL
better.
folks. And so we already know he's expressed interest. He would love to play for Patrick Mahomes and be here. So We just got to see if it happens.
That's a great top pick.
But he's explosive. Yeah, he's got game-breaking capability. He's fast, y'all. So we'll see. But that's number 1 on my list. Number 2, Kenyon Sadiq, a tight end. Now, you might say, what you doing? We got Travis Kelce, possibly.
We don't know yet, but we still need somebody for when he is gone.
And so that's my train of thought. If you are able to get a really good, explosive, fast, tall, strong, tight end to sit under the feet of Travis Kelce. That's a big deal. I think that's a big deal. He'd be under a rookie contract, so you don't have to worry about paying nobody that much right out the clip. I think that he would be a good succession plan to be able to be here for the Chiefs, have a year of mentorship. He had a 4.39, like I said, on his 40. Hello. And under Andy Reid, I just think it would make sense. It gives us some immediate play breaker opportunity because, like I said, we have Travis. Yeah. But we've seen plays where Noah Gray comes in and stuff. Yeah. So I think having Kelce and Sadiq as a tandem, that could be excellent.
An oldie but goodie and a youngin'. I love it.
I mean, and I know there's, people saying, well, maybe Isaiah Likely. There's some veteran folks out there, and that's fine too. I'm not against that. Yeah. I'm just saying, if these people are available at pick 9, why not?
Yeah, if we want to get like some fresh legs, some fresh people in there, which we like to do time to time. We don't always like to go for the big blockbuster trades and stuff.
And that to me is, Keena, that's a good point. I feel like that is characteristic of the Chiefs because for so long, one could argue we didn't have a whole lot of top names. Right. The name that, because people like to say that now, well, Mahomes has all of these people and Josh Allen didn't. A lot of these people were drafted. They were homegrown kids. Right. You didn't know these people until they won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs. And now they're names. Yeah. But let's not forget when they joined the Chiefs, they weren't names. So you can't blame us for just being stellar in our coaching and mentorship, and these people are really developing and coming into their own. So yeah, we got names now, but we didn't before. Right. We've made people names. So I'm gonna just say that. Toriano Pride. Yeah. Number 3, and I'm a little biased, Mizzou girly. So anytime I see somebody from Mizzou, shout out to Nick Bolton, another Mizzou alum. I'm like, bring him on in. He's actually really, really good. He's really good. 4.32 speed. He's in the SEC, so that's tested. We know a lot of people from the SEC. That's kind of the closest you can get to the NFL within the football realm or the college football realm, I'll say. I think he could compete immediately in our secondary.
I agree.
Because I feel like we are leaning closer to keeping McDuffie. We talked about Sneed, L'Jarius Sneed, not having them. And I just think we don't want to be in the skillet this year again. I hate it. I hate when people throw over the top. Defense is important.
Yes.
So I here's the thing. The Chiefs have a lot of areas where we need people, so it's not really bad. There's a lot of different areas you could go, but I just think first, I would love to see the offense beefed up, just a skosh.
I agree.
Because our defense is great. It's going to be great. Yeah, there's some pieces we need, but we need to get back to that offense being what it needs to be. And that starts with the running back. Yeah. The next position it brings me to a right tackle because I mentioned Juwan Taylor, he's out. So we've got to replace that, and that's important. While we picked up Josh Simmons last year at left tackle on the blind side, we need somebody on the right side because that's going to be good for our run defense. Yep. And all of that, or not run defense, but for the run, protecting that, blocking the run. So a few names for that. There's a couple of people I saw at the draft, or not at the draft, at the combine that I thought would be good. One of them is Max Ihenekor, and actually Ihenekor is how you pronounce that. And he is out of Arizona State. And so let me show these people the pictures because people may not know. Keena, we're going to roll it on back here. This is our Jeremiah Love, the running back I talked about. The next one is going to be Kenyon Sadiq, our tight end that I talked about. You see, I say ours, like I'm already claiming.
Like we claim it.
Our tight end.
Claim it.
Our running back. Number 3, I mentioned Toriano Pride, Mizzou, stand up with the 40. And then 4, this is actually Max, who I was just talking to you about. He's out of Arizona State, 6'6", 321, so he's a big boy. Ooh. And he moves incredibly well for his size. Now, there's another one. I didn't put his picture up, but Spencer Fano, he's out of Utah, and he's really polished as well. This is another one that could fit in really well at that position because he's got some short area quickness that I think the Chiefs could benefit from. Either one of those, like I said, on the right side, I think they would be a good fit. Now, do I think that's our first pick of number 9? I don't know. These are, like I said, it's a need. We got a lot of needs and gaps to fill. But I think that offense should be the first pick. And these are a good right tackles. So I wouldn't be mad if they picked
No.
up one of them, I would understand the thought process behind it.
Yeah.
And if we did, those are kind of the two that I've been looking at. So there's that. I mentioned Josh Simmons. So I mean, hey, we might. I think it depends on who falls where. I don't think the Chiefs need to move up. I don't think we need to sell any draft picks in order to be higher up than pick 9.
Yeah.
I think that whatever is the best player for whatever position that's on the board at 9, that's who we get.
Yeah.
So whether that's like I said, the corner, whether that's the running back, the tight, whoever's the best on the books at 9, I say we just get them.
I agree.
That's kind of where I'm
I
at. And then
agree.
lastly, Sonny Styles. He's the 5th one on my list. And he's a linebacker out of Ohio State. He's versatile, physical, fast. And in the AFC, we need people like that, running sideline to sideline. Because to me, I feel like the AFC lights it up. Last year was a
Yes.
bad year for the AFC
It was.
in general.
was.
Usually we got the heavy hitters. You know, you think of Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, all of those. But we had a down year. But I think he would be good as well. Did I have his? I think, yeah, his photo's in the frame. Did we? I don't know. Look, I get so excited talking about the people. I don't know if y'all seen him or not. If you haven't, he actually, a good thing or a fun fact about Sonny is he has a brother that was at the combine with him, a twin brother, Lorenzo Styles Jr. And so they actually set history together at the combine with back-to-back performances that broke positional records. And like I said, their draft stock is boosted. So I'm pretty sure they both are probably going to go at some point in the first to some team. But his brother Lorenzo is a safety, and he set a combine record for safeties during the
look at
40
that, doing it.
at a 4.27. So they are balling. And now this isn't the first set of brother groups that we've had. Now, if you guys remember, in 2003, so we taking it back a little bit, 2003, the record for the fastest 40-yard dash was Tiki, and maybe he wasn't in 2003, but these are some of the faster ones. Tiki and Rondé Barber had a 4.5 seconds, 7. JJ and TJ Watt, a 4.8. And then Shaquem and Shaquille, if y'all remember them, Shaquem and Shaquille Griffin, a 4.38. And then lastly, Chris and Kyle Long. So those are some of the brother duos that we've had at the combine that have set records. And Lorenzo and Sonny have topped all of those and set the fastest at 4.27.
Wow, they fast.
So shout out to them. Shout out to them. Now, as I mentioned, the Chiefs have a lot of gaps they need to fill in. Wide receiver, I didn't really pick out a wide receiver because that's still kind of in flux. Like, I don't, what we about to do? Like, we got Rashee Rice, we got Xavier Worthy, we know. It sounds like Hollywood Brown may not have him. So there's still some pieces in there. There are some good wide receivers, obviously. Casey Concepcion, he was pretty good. I would say if he's available, that's one you could get. So I'm not against it. I just wanted to call out my top 5. I think that those
we have
are
a
the
need
positions
for
that
those.
let's do them
Yeah.
first. Then when we get to rounds 2 and 3 and beyond, we'll see who falls on the
Yeah.
board. But we got to get one of them. And I don't
Yeah.
think wide receiver is the first pick, maybe the second or third pick.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
Maybe.
where we see that we really need that right now, but it doesn't hurt to have extra.
Because I think the Chiefs will go after another veteran receiver too, kind of how we always do.
Yeah.
A one-year deal guy, like how we had DeAndre, how we had Hollywood Brown for those. Like, I think
Yeah.
we'll end up getting a veteran or something maybe to fill in.
I always like
the
that
receiver
too.
spot.
I like bringing in somebody with experience that has played at a high level that maybe hasn't gotten their championship and just want to play for a championship.
Now, listen, you
team.
got to come in for the low because we talked about the cap.
You don't have no extra monies. Okay.
But if you want to win, then come on over. Come on now. So
While you talking about that, we still, last week talked about Tyreek, so we don't.
that's right. That's
We
what I
don't
said.
know.
The receiver position, I feel like, is in flux. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, we don't need to get them pick 9. But definitely, if there's a running back, if there is a cornerback, like I said, one could say the line. The line is we got to protect Pat. So
Yeah.
I can't ever
Very
be mad
important.
at picking up a tackle to protect Patrick. So we'll see what they do. But that is DJ Diamond Divas top 5 at the combine.
Yeah.
Now, so we're going to go ahead and transition into some MLB news.
Okay.
Our spring training is officially under wraps. We've been talking about that for the last couple of weeks, and things are heating up because we're getting closer to opening day.
Almost here, guys.
Now, our Royals, they're deep in the Cactus League. There's a few leagues, as I mentioned previously, but the Royals are in the Cactus League, and they just made a sneaky good addition, a veteran addition to the team. The Royals have officially signed Starling Marte to a 1-year, $1 million deal with up to $2 million in incentives. So it's a low risk for the Royals, but a very high upside. So shout out to Starling, who's joining the team.
Welcome to Kansas City.
Welcome, welcome. In case you guys don't know who this is, he is a 2-time All-Star, a 2-time Gold Glove winner. He debuted back in 2012, and he's played for teams like the Pirates, the Diamondbacks, the Marlins, the A's, and the Mets. So he's had some experience with multiple clubs here, and he brings 14 plus years of experience. Now, he's really fast. He's got some elite speed, and then he's also a leader in the clubhouse. So that's always a good thing. I really love that when veterans come and they actually, it's not just about what they do on the field, it's also what they do in the locker room too. So he'll be a good addition there. And he has led the MLB. And this was back in 2021. No, but still, giving him the flowers. He led the MLB with 47 stolen bases. Ooh. So that's a lot.
Well, and you know, we used to do that.
What speed do? Yeah. Shout out to my 2015 Royals. Those are the guys right there. So hopefully this will be a really good pickup. And so I'm excited to see what the Royals do this year. He has had some recent injury struggles, so that's something to keep in mind. But through that, he's remained an above-average hitter. And also, like I mentioned about the stolen bases, he changes the game with his legs. So I think this is a great, important pickup. And like I said, it adds some veteran presence, some lineup stability and flexibility for the outfield. Now, with that being said, we've got a little bit of an injury on the pitching side. So we're going to continue to monitor Stephen Kolek. He's got a grade 1 left oblique strain, and he's been shut down for at least a week. Cole Reagans, he said he's healthy, feeling good. He missed some time last season, some significant time last season. And so they're going to add him to the rotation here and actually see who's going to be the pitcher starting out for opening day. Because with Kolek sidelined, now we've got a little bit of competition on who's actually going to get the start. We've got Ryan Burgett, Noah Cameron. So those are two that are kind of battling out to see who's going to get the start on opening day. Okay. But that's just a little bit of your Royals news. More to come. Now we're going to transition to my girl Keena. She's going to give us all we need to know about the NBA and the WNBA. What you got this week?
I don't have a ton, but you got some things going on.
We're
going to start off with, of course, injuries, because that just plagues sports. Just somebody's always hurt.
Yeah, always.
Giannis finally returned from injury. Yay! So he played the other night, and it was good to see him out on the court, moving and playing. He's been out for quite a while. So speaking of injuries, though, poor Steph.
Oh, yeah. When is he coming back?
They don't know. They thought he was
the pop copy president.
Right.
We don't know.
We don't know. So they looked at him again this past week and they said, we'll check on you in 10 more days. So he's going to miss 5 more games. So with that, he's now ineligible for any of those big season awards like MVP, All NBA teams, Defensive Player of the Year, because you have to play in at least 65 games.
Dang.
So he's not the only one that's not going to be eligible for those awards. We have Joel Embiid, LeBron, Giannis, AD, of course.
A lot of the stars.
A lot of them. And it's just like, that sucks. But then there's players that have to watch because they're on the bubble of not being able to receive those too. And there's big names for MVP like Jokic, Shea, Wemby, Luka. It's just so many people that, you miss a couple more games and you don't get those awards either. So, I mean, I get the point of saying, hey, you have to play in this many games to win these awards. But if you take out all of these names, who's getting these awards?
Somebody new.
Somebody
a new name that'll maybe become a household name.
Yeah, but it's just like you would never thought that Joe Blow would be MVP. So it's just like, you know, but I get it.
Opens the door.
I understand that. So it's just like, we got to watch these injuries. It's more and more, I feel like now. I don't know if it's the amount of games they play. I don't know, but it's a lot.
Now, I feel like it's about the same. Have they increased games, we would say, anytime recently? Or has this been like the same number of games we had in the Jordan era and all of that?
Well, in the Jordan, no. There's more games because money. So there's more games.
There's that.
Yeah.
There's that. And that's kind of the balance they got to strike, because even like you said, you take it to the NFL, how they've increased and they talking about maybe one more. And it's like,
That's a lot.
It's a lot. And so, yeah, that does make people more injury prone and
Yeah.
things like that. So it's like, maybe they need as many games?
To me, no. I feel like they could cut back on some games. I do feel that way just because it's a lot. They're playing sometimes
And then we don't
4
get
times a
everybody.
week. Right.
That's the thing. Then
Because
we
of
don't even
this.
yeah. So maybe less games, but more quality games versus just more games to have them to make more money and put people in seats. But they're not.
They ain't changing that. They won't.
No, they're not going to do that. They ain't doing that.
No, not doing that. But
That would be nice, though.
it would be nice, but that's not happening.
Yeah.
So speaking of Munyon, we'll go on to the women.
Hey.
Y'all know they have been in these talks for a while now, and
Any traction or not?
a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
We'll take it.
So the league's latest proposal would boost pay and allow young stars like Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark to reach max contracts sooner. So that accelerates the earning potential for top rookies. So that's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
That's a plus. A higher salary cap and expanded earning potential for top players. But the players are still fighting for revenue share and housing terms. Now, the players want to play. They want to play. It's not like they're saying, well, we don't want to play, but they're standing on business. And I love that because it's what they deserve. What they're really looking for is that revenue share. So there was nothing in the proposal that the WNBA sent back about changing of the revenue share. So we'll see. They have to reach an agreement by March 10th or else the league will it won't start on time.
Oh my gosh.
March 10th is next week.
That's like, yeah.
So somebody I feel like has to fold.
And they haven't even addressed the revenue sharing. Oh man.
No.
Uh-oh.
So it just, to me, it's going to come down, and I hate it. It's going to come down to the WNBA saying, hey, this is the final. You take it or you leave it.
Right.
And if they want to play and if they want money, they'll do it. But I am so proud of them for standing up for what they know they deserve.
Yeah.
So hopefully they get something. They can boost that revenue share somewhere close to what they want. And then they could start on May 8th and start playing basketball because I'm trying to go to the All-Star game in Chicago.
Hey.
And I can't do that if you don't have a season. We're trying to see them come to Kansas City next month.
Yep. Can't do that.
Hopefully they figure it out.
And it sucks because it's like you said, they need to get what they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
But does it feel like the WNBA isn't trying to really budge on that? Like if you haven't even brought it up and we are a week away from a decision having to be made and you haven't even addressed one of their biggest concerns, that's a problem.
That is a problem.
So it's like you're almost forcing them to be like you said, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
And then it sucks because these girls want to play. People want to make their money. Yeah. You know, it's like that. Yeah.
And it's their job. It's like either go on strike and get no money.
Right.
Or play for, and I'm not going to
that's
say
the risk
pennies.
you take. Yeah. Because it's like, if they don't play, then you're not making money. Everybody's going to lose.
Nobody's making money.
Yeah.
So meet them somewhere on that revenue share. And I think we have a season, but they have like a week to do that.
So next week, tune in because maybe we'll have it. I mean, I would hope.
I hope
on
so.
our next week's show.
I hope I will come on here with my Angel Reese WNBA jersey on and
we
saying
back,
we have a season. Right. But we'll see. So that's
Okay.
it for the W, but we're still speaking on the women, Unrivaled. By the time you guys watch this, the season will be over and there will be a champion crowned. But from right now, the championship is going to be Wednesday against the Phantom and the Mist. I don't know if y'all watched the semifinals that they had in Brooklyn. Both of those games were phenomenal. It was like on the edge of your seat the whole time for both games. So I am so proud of Unrivaled. Like I said, now if the W don't want to have a season, they could take a break and come back.
I saw some fans in the comments of that, and they were saying like next year, if Unrivaled is next year, I gotta go because it's been really good. Like,
It's been so good. It's a different experience than going to just a regular W game because number one is 3-on-3. So it's fast paced. It's extremely physical. And yes, these girls are friends and they're teammates in the W, but they're playing against each other. So it's like, hey, we cool after the game. So it's like, it's a different experience. If you can go to Miami and go to Unrivaled, which, you know, they did Philly this year, they did Brooklyn. They may do
might
more.
expand,
Yeah, they may do more cities next year. So if you have the opportunity, go. It's different. So speaking of Unrivaled, I do know the season awards. So my girl Chelsea Gray was MVP of the league.
I know my mom likes
it. Chelsea also was the one that won the 1v1 tournament. So she got some little coins.
Yeah, racking it up.
Got little coins. Now, the Rose did lose in the first round of the playoffs, so they could not do back-to-back champions this time. But that's okay. Love the Rose. I am a Rose girl and a Breeze girl, so it was good. So first team, Chelsea Gray, Kelsey Plum, and Paige Beckers. Second team, we have Aaliyah Boston, Alisha Gray, and Brittany Sykes. Defensive Player of the Year was Miss Aaliyah Boston, and I know. Look, let me talk about Aaliyah real quick. People like to talk about her throwing elbows all the time, which she does, and then she looks confused. Like, why did you call that
a dentist? Female dentist.
It's like, what did I do? You did it, but that does not take away from her being a defensive monster. Please understand that this Defensive Player of the Year award, she won. Minus the elbows, whatever. She won. She was out there. And it wasn't just defense from her in Unrivaled. Her offense was key. Now, her team is playing for the championship, and she's unable to play, though, because she's injured. Yeah. So she didn't play in the semifinals either, so she's just there cheering her team on. But, yeah, leave Aaliyah Boston alone, okay? Coach of the Year, Ronika Hodges. She is the coach of the Phantom. So all of these awards went to who they deserved. The only issue I had is I wanted Stewie and Marina to get awards. So with me saying that, I know a lot of people on Threads were like, well, who would you take off? I wouldn't take nobody off. I think maybe they should have a third team and an honorable mention. Then we can have a little bit more. But, I'm asking
how it
for a lot.
I was going to say it.
Everybody can't win. This is
if
not.
you ain't first, you're last.
Ain't
Ricky
no participation.
Right.
That's very true. That's very true. They ain't giving out no participation trophies.
Right.
But it was a lot of good talent this year. A lot of people deserve certain things, but the right people did get the awards this year.
Yeah.
So, it was good. I loved it. Like I said, by the time y'all see it, it'll be over. I don't know who the champion's going to be, so I'm going to say it's probably going to be the Phantom. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but don't talk to me about it. Right. Okay? I don't like to be wrong. But, that's it for Unrivaled.
Nice.
Now, let's go on to some college hoops. It is tourney time.
Let's go.
It is time for the men and the women to see who's going to the Big Dance. So, women's tournaments happening this week. We will be at the Big 12 tournament here in Kansas City. We're super excited for that. Congratulations to TCU for winning the regular season title for Big 12. Shout out to Olivia Miles. The men's tourneys start next week. So, as these tournaments happen, it's almost time for March Madness.
It is.
It's almost, it is March.
Yeah.
But it's almost time for those tournaments. So on Selection Sunday, which should be next Sunday, they should just be sitting there waiting to see if their names are called. And I love watching it because I like to see the excitement on the kids that get to know that they're going to the big dance. So I'm excited. Are you excited about the games this week?
I am really excited. This should be really fun. They have the new glass court that they'll be premiering. Yeah, it's going to be really nice. So we'll definitely make sure we capture all of that and share some of those tidbits for those who may not be able to make a game. If you can make a game, you should, because it's going to be a lot of fun. College basketball, I've always really liked college basketball because of the intensity of it. Now, I don't do a whole lot of college sports. Obviously, when I was in college, I was more into it.
For sure.
Now, I watch more professional sports than I do college sports. However, that's the one thing I've always loved about basketball in particular. I feel like the men and women in college basketball, they give it all they got.
Because they trying to get to that next level.
Because they trying to get to the league. So it's so much passion, intensity, energy that you don't always get in the NBA games. So basketball to me is a real treat in college. So I'm excited to see the games.
Except for now in college, they get NIL deals.
True.
So it's
now
just like, I already got a bag. Like,
that's true.
But you want more.
But they should.
So.
As they should, though.
Yeah,
because a lot of people was making money off the backs of these players and they ain't getting out a dime.
No, I don't know about that much, though. That's a lot of money these kids are getting.
They're getting a lot. But you know what? It's kind of good for them because everybody don't make the league.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying? And so this allows them to make money. If you selling the jerseys, filling the seats, then they should get a piece of that,
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure. Because a lot of times they're out there and they come from low-income backgrounds and they don't have money. Their families don't have money. So if you're sitting there making money off of jersey sales with their name on it, they deserve
Give me a piece.
compensation.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
for sure.
They deserve it. So, tournaments happening this week. Ladies first, of course.
Ladies first. Okay.
Then the men next week. So, make sure y'all pay attention. Cheer for your favorite teams. Find a new favorite team. Just enjoy college hoops. Now, we're going to go on to something that, I never thought in my life I'd be watching. And I was sitting there watching this the other day.
Our new favorite race car anchor, Kena. Bring us up. Tell us what's going on with racing news.
I sat there and watched the race. Now, I'll tell you this. We turned it on and it was like that 61 laps to go. And I was like, I said, hold on. So I'm sitting there and I'm reading and I'm like, hold on. I've been reading for 30 minutes. Why is it only down to 59? Like, I was like, so this is an all day thing. So I went back and watched the end. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but Michael Jordan's NASCAR team 2311 won again. 3 in a row.
Oh my God.
That has never been done since the Cup Series began in 1949.
Wow.
Tyler Reddick is out here swerving. Okay, he is just out here winning. I don't understand that. So some highlights from that. He led 60 of the 95 laps at the Circuit of the Americas race.
That's the eat my dust if I ain't ever seen it before.
60?
Over half? Pretty much the whole time. He dominated
He dominated. Yep, he dominated. So
wow.
This streak has put 2311 in commanding early points position and has cemented Reddick as the hottest driver in sports right now. Shout out to Tyler Reddick. You out here doing it.
Shout
and
out to
Michael is
Jordan.
very excited.
I was going to say, once again.
So this is something weird for me. So I didn't know. So 2311 is 23 is for Michael Jordan. 11 is for race car driver Denny Hamlin.
Okay.
Now, he's a co-owner of 2311, but he still drives. He still races. So he's balancing his role as co-owner and then his racing responsibilities. So it's like he was in that race on, I think it was Sunday. He was in that race and he's just driving.
That's something. I don't know that we have any other sport where like the owner is also a player. Now we have players who have ownership of teams, but they don't play in that league.
Right.
Like, Patrick Mahomes has ownership, but he doesn't play baseball right now.
Right. I don't understand how.
So that's the first too.
How that's possible, but he's excited for his team, even though he didn't win. Like he's
still
excited,
some of that
he's still
check.
getting. So
that's the best of both worlds.
Because when they said that, I was so confused on how this is possible. You're in the race, not racing for your team, but that's works. Dope. It works. So he could be happy if he wins. He could be happy if they win. But are you not winning? No, I don't.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, that would be the only thing. It's like, well, you're the owner, so it's like you kind of get your stuff gonna be together.
And I guess everybody's to be together.
But
he still wants to win. I'm sure as a driver. So it was just very confusing to me.
Yeah.
So maybe this is like his last year of doing it. And he had to fulfill like a contract or something, so he had to do it. So I don't know. I'm gonna look more into that because that's strange to me. But the more you know. But as I've been watching this little racing thing, I think Kansas City, they will be here April 19th, and I think I want to be there. So
the powers that be,
let us come.
We'll set up on the sidelines.
Like, let us experience something we've never experienced before and cover
those
it.
Are really fun to go to.
Loud.
Yes, loud.
But fun.
I'd have to get my headphones. Get some.
I gotta do the headphones because I don't. At 44, I don't like loud noises. Okay, I don't want to hear it in my house. Turn it down.
It's not too bad. Like the Monster Jam wasn't too bad for me. I didn't think that was.
It started off. I was like, hold on. But then I was
fine.
Like, who's doing all this hooting and hollering in here? Like, it's just too loud. But I'm excited. So I do. Yeah. I want to go. So I'm telling you right now, you'll see us there. You'll see us there with our headphones and our cameras.
Replaying receipts. And we're going to bring out, that's the great thing. We're going to always bring y'all along. We're going to make sure that you feel like you were part of the experience.
Yep. All the time, every time. We're going to share with you the Women's Big 12 next week. So
just come along.
Y'all with us.
That's what's up.
All
right. So we're going to move along. That was a great recap of the week. Replaying receipts. Let's talk about it real quick.
Let's talk about it.
I got a little bit of an interesting thing. And some of you, once again, you may not have seen it, but I saw it. And it made headlines, okay? So for those in the NFL world, okay, the Jets head coach maybe or maybe not fell asleep at the combine. Now, we know it's a long day. It's a lot of people doing a lot of different things. We've all been at meetings and been tired, shut our eyes for a moment. But let's just roll the tape. I want you guys who, maybe if you haven't seen it, if you're watching on YouTube, watch the clip. And after you look at it, we're going to talk about it.
All right.
Let's roll it.
His top 50 prospects as Aaron Glenn looks on for the Jets. Fernando Mendoza, 1. Jeremiah Love, who we'll also see on Saturday here on NFL Network, the running back.
All right.
He nodded off.
So the Athletics New York Jets reporter, Zach Rosenblatt, he tried to debunk this video because it went viral. You know, so people, I'm telling you, you got to be on your P's and Q's because they will make a meme out of you
Quick.
in today's world, okay? So he said that the team's sources insisted that Glenn was looking down at his tablet rather than resting his eyes. So he wasn't asleep.
Rested his
He
eyes.
was just looking down. But I said, even if that was the case, the internet's about to run wild with it because he's the coach of the Jets. And already the Jets, unfortunately, are the butt of a lot of jokes because they haven't been a successful franchise here in the last few decades, right? We know this.
Yeah.
This will be his second year as head coach with the Jets. And so people kind of went in on that, like, this is an already bad franchise. Like, if this is any indication of how the Jets going to be this year, we're doomed. Whoop-de-whoop. Looking at the video, he was asleep. I think. Now, obviously, I wasn't there. I can't say, only he can clarify that. People saying he wasn't. He was resting his eyes, looking down. Because this is why I say I feel like he was asleep. If y'all look in the video, because we've all died. I know that I've nodded off. And then when you get up, it's kind of like that startle. Like,
Yes.
oh, man, where am I? What's going on? Let me focus real quick. And he immediately went to the let me focus, what we doing. Like, when your eyes get wide, you was almost in that REM. Sleep. You sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Versus if I was resting, if I was just looking down, then I'm going to just look back up and just act like nothing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be startled.
You wouldn't be startled.
You
Yeah,
look
exactly.
Startled. Okay. And players mess up too. Everybody, it happens. Okay. Things happen. But I feel like he was asleep.
But
What
what
you think,
about,
Ken?
so the difference, because my cousin used to say this all the time, I wasn't asleep, I was resting my eyes. That's the same thing.
I feel like, okay, if I'm sitting here and I just
Like your eyes
do
may
that for
burn
a
or something.
second,
Yes.
and then that's one thing. But I feel like he
And I feel like he needed to be awake.
focused when you got to refocus. And
He needs to be awake. The Jets need things.
And he wasn't, to his defense, it wasn't like he just was napping, mouth open.
Right.
He wasn't sleep like that. But he might have dozed. It's long days. He might have just
And
dozed
that's
for a quick
okay.
second.
He's tired.
Maybe he really
understand.
was tired.
You don't know what he did the night before. He could have been out in them streets.
Could have been looking at stuff, looking
could
at
have
the
been looking at
research,
film.
looking at fit players. So, like I said, this ain't trying to take down. I'm not going to go as far and say, oh, this is just an indication of the Jets are going to have a bad season.
people
I
be
wouldn't go that
tired.
far. He's human. People do so. But I think he was asleep.
He was asleep.
He dozed off.
He was asleep. And that's okay. He was asleep.
So there's that. So we're going to move along to the 30-second timeout.
Are you ready,
I'm ready.
to answer questions
I'm not going to
without
do it this time.
explanation?
I'm not going to do it, guys. I'm just going to answer. And then at the end, if I feel like I got to explain, I will.
Okay.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Here we go.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Pre-game playlist or post-game recap?
Ooh. Pre-game playlist.
Champagne celebration or confetti moment?
Ooh, confetti.
Defensive line or offensive line?
Offensive line.
Extra point for OT or go for 2 for the win?
Get them points. Extra point.
Okay. Team merch or custom fashion fit?
Custom.
Okay. Fourth quarter comeback or overtime chaos?
Ooh. Fourth quarter comeback. I
All
like that
right.
walk. Now, listen what I say. Because those were pretty good. I feel pretty confident. The champagne and the confetti. Can I have both?
I mean, why not?
The reason why I said
They go hand in
confetti
hand.
is because I did get to experience the confetti the time that the Chiefs went to the Super Bowl. We didn't win that Super Bowl that year, but I was at the championship game here in Kansas City, and I got to lay out in the confetti. It was such a fun time. So that's why I was like, confetti moment. But I would love a glass of champagne as I exit
I mean,
the
they go
confetti
hand in
moment.
hand.
Right? And then also, I would say the reason why I went with the offensive line was just because, like I said, it's important. We let go of our right tackle. We just picked up Josh Simmons last year. He missed a lot of games. We just need protect the prize.
Yes, please.
And I mean, everybody's important on the
Yeah.
team. Don't get me, everybody's important. But at the end of the day, we know the team don't run without a quarterback,
Right,
y'all. That's
right,
just what it is.
right.
And we got the best quarterback, in my opinion, in the entire football league. So protect that man. That's why I said offensive. But I thought those were good. I'm pretty happy with my picks.
Yeah. You struggled with the very first
Because
one.
the playlist, I was like, oh man, both of them.
You did not
You can't
know
go
which
wrong.
one to
I didn't know. I took
choose.
a lot of time on that one.
That's okay.
But
We got
I
a
did
lot
better,
of things
didn't I?
asked. I got to get out a lot of questions.
I'm going to get
Every
it down.
week, you just get better and better. Growth.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel seen. I'm
All
trying.
right.
I'm trying. Okay, so we're going to move on along. Flag on the play, Keena. Break us all the way down because this was a good one. I'm excited about this one. Tell the folks, what's the flag on the play this week, girl? Come on.
Okay. So there has
Woo.
been
Sorry, guys.
this
is a
promo
big one.
for a game, the Atlanta Hawks versus Orlando Magic, March 16th, called Magic City Monday.
Let the people know.
Y'all know what Magic City is. You do
For
know
those
what
that don't know,
If
y'all
you
don't
don't know, it is a
ain't
premier
know?
strip club where the ladies get to work
One of the finest in the area.
with some good wings.
Fire.
Okay.
I haven't had them. I'm acting like I've been. I would go try them out. I just haven't had them.
But it is
I've heard about
It is
them.
what one of the things Atlanta is known for, Magic City. It is a strip joint, okay? So someone had the idea of, hey, since we're playing the Magic in Atlanta, let's have Magic City Monday, where there will be Magic City merchandise sold, Magic City wings, and I talked about those wings. T.I. is performing, probably his new song, which I don't have any issue with that. So someone did have an issue with this. So Luke Cornett, that plays for the Spurs, wrote a whole Substack article. Now, when you go on Substack and write an article, you have an opinion.
Okay.
And this man had an opinion. And his opinion, I do not disagree with. So he said it needs to be canceled because this is his words, being complicit in the potential objectification and mistreatment of women in our society. I agree. I definitely agree. I don't feel like children that are going to an NBA game should know anything about Magic City.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Another thing is, are the dancers seeing any profit from them?
Are they
things
gonna
that's
have
it?
dancers?
They're not going to be dancing
Okay.
at the game. No, they're not going to be
I
doing
was gonna
none
say
of that.
now, child.
But the dancers are what makes Magic
Yes,
City.
yes.
So are they getting any money from this? Probably not. But one thing I agree with Luke, but think about the mistreatment of women by, I'm pretty sure, yes, convicted abusers that are playing beside you in the league. So if we want to talk about mistreatment of women, speak out on that as well. Like I was saying, I'm not disagreeing with Luke at all. I really don't feel like this should be a thing. I don't. But stand on that too. What do you think?
So this is interesting. I understand Magic City, oddly enough as it sounds, being a pillar in the Atlanta
it really
community.
is, though.
That's one of them things people say you gotta try it out. The food, strip clubs have the best food. And that could be true.
Yeah.
It could be true. However, I do look at the NBA as an establishment that doesn't necessarily need to be endorsing the strip club because while yes, people can go there just to have a good time, they go there to eat or whatever. Let's just call it what it is. It's a strip club, y'all. Like at the end of the day, it's a strip club. And no disrespect to nobody's hustle. People
Right.
doing what they want to do. Some people
Right.
like to dance
Yeah.
and strip or doing what they feel like they have to do in the moment. Like this doesn't knock that at all. I'm not saying about the institution of strip clubs as a whole.
Right.
I'm saying as it pertains to being included in the National Basketball Association. Like, so now the NBA is saying we're doing a collab
With the strip
with
club.
the strip club, and we're gonna sell hoodies that say Magic. That's kind of, to me, I'm like, wow. I don't agree with that necessarily either because, like I said, no knock to what anybody want to
Yes.
do, but these are two totally separate markets. And at the end of the day, while there are cool things that may happen in the strip
Yeah.
club, there are bad things that happen in the strip club. And historically, that's not the place where women are treated the best. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, women are not necessarily respected, or that's just what it is. So I feel like it should be separate. And I do think now, when you look at sports are supposed to be a family fun activity. Yeah, the adults are the ones that are sports betting and getting all up in arms and yelling and hemming and hawing, cussing and fussing. But it is a family-centered activity. I should be able to take my kids. I shouldn't have to be like, well, honey, so Magic City is an adult. And it's okay to tell your kids. Nobody's saying to shield them, but it's like, do we have to really bring in the strip club to the Atlanta Hall?
Are you buying your kid a Magic City hoodie at the game? I don't think so.
No. Now the adults, I can see the adults wearing it, but it's just like, do we have to? Are there other establishments and entities within the Atlanta area that are doing positive, uplifting things that aren't necessarily objectifying women?
And
on
it's
a regular
Women's
basis?
History Month, so
this is our way. This is our way. So Women's History Month. Shout out to.
No, I agree with.
So
Luke.
I agree as well. Like I said, while I understand it, I get it. Like I'm not saying that I wouldn't go and have a chicken wing or something like that.
Yeah, but
it's
after
two
the game,
totally separate situations, and I don't necessarily think that the two fit together.
There's no need for this collab. Have the after party at Magic City, which I'm pretty sure y'all do anyway.
Yeah, the unofficial probably
do that.
The unofficial after party.
Still let T.I. perform because it's Atlanta.
Yes.
That has nothing
you can have
to do
the wings.
with it.
You can have them cater the wings in, but it's like to say, hey, we are officially teaming up with the strip club. It's 2026. It's a new day. That's all
it
I'll
is,
say.
but this is unnecessary.
And shout out to Magic City. I mean, they doing their thing. They doing their thing. But like I said, that is a touchy subject. Some people are all with it and think it's good, and then other people, it's like, for the reasons you said, at the end of the day, it's objectifying women, and we know what can. Not saying that's what happens in Magic City, but we know what can go down at strip clubs and kind of the violence and things that can happen in those type of situations. And people that work in that industry, unfortunately, they are at a higher rate, have more violence and a possibility of violence. So, I just feel like they didn't have to do that. Like,
no,
we can keep them separate.
No.
Unofficial after party.
Yeah,
but
this
not
shouldn't even be a
collaboration.
thing. But, with speaking on the mistreatment of women, stand on that business for domestic abuse as well. Do that. Do that too. Because both of them, women just need to be protected. And, like I said, it's Women's History Month. So do something about that. Do like a night for that or something like that. And I'm like we're saying, we're not talking about the dancers. This has nothing to do with the dancers. This has to do with this type of stage.
Yes.
Like there's children there. There's
like just what's the end goal? Like what's our goal? What are we doing?
Like Cardi said, what is the reason?
What's the reason?
I
get it. Like I said, I mean, I guess they're saying because it's such a pillar in the Atlanta industry or community, but so there's nothing else. That's all that we got
in Atlanta.
And no shade, like I said, but it's just like, but that's it. Like that's the only thing we can attach ourselves to.
Do better. And don't do this.
Okay. They probably gonna do it because why? The money. There's a lot of people in the comments. I'm getting my hoodie, and so they and then they said there was an uptick, like the tickets, and so they mission accomplished.
I mean, but why? What y'all not? Ain't no dancers gonna be there. So what you going for?
I guess people that just like to see it. Maybe I don't know.
Go
I wonder, will this be the first of many? Like, are we gonna start seeing this type of collab more?
I don't even want to see the collab happen at all. So hopefully it does not. So I don't know.
We'll see. More to come.
We'll see.
But that's our flag on the play. Now, this is Women's History Month, as Keena pointed out. And so we, on the Polished Playbook podcast, we want to take some time to highlight women that are actually out here doing the dang thing, making a positive impact on the communities, the people that watch. And so I'm going to let Keena kick off this Women's History Month segment with a really dope, really dope, talented individual. Keena, go ahead and tell the people who we got this week.
We have one of the greatest women to ever touch a basketball. Now, I know y'all looking at me like, oh, she about to start talking about Angel Reese. I am not. I'm about to start talking about Asia Wilson.
Psych your mind.
Asia Wilson. So I wrote something, so I'm going to read it. So Asia Wilson is one of those women you just have to honor for this month. Not only because she dominates her sport, but she shifts culture in real time. On the court, she's a 4-time WNBA MVP, a multi-time champion at every level, a defensive force, and the first player in league history to stack a championship, finals MVP, league MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season.
Wow.
Doing it, okay? She's breaking records like it's cardio and doing it with joy, humor, and a lot of black girl magic. I love watching her be herself and have fun. And I love watching her relationship with her boyfriend, Bam Adebayo, because it seems like they're the same. And he allows, I'm not going to say allows, because men don't allow nothing. We do what we want to do. But he lets her just be herself, and he enjoys it. He's goofy just like her, so I love watching it. So this is what makes Asia so important. It goes way beyond basketball. She's very intentional about using her platform to speak up for women that look like us, for the South, and for athletes with learning differences, and for anyone who's ever felt overlooked.
That's good.
She leads with vulnerability and confidence at the same time, and that's rare. A lot of people are just confident but jerks with it and arrogant, but she's not that at all. She's building space, not just taking it up. And if you haven't, see, I'm going to my book stuff. If you haven't read her book, Dear Black Girls, please add it to your list. I have read it. I do have it at home. So this month, we are giving Asia her flowers, not just for the stats, not just for the banners, but for the way she shows up as a human being. She is the blueprint, the standard, and a reminder that when black women lead, everybody eats. So shout out to Asia. You are our woman of the week. Doing it.
Well deserved. Yeah, she's one of the dopest to ever do it.
She is. She's on a little tour right now with her shoes. So the A2, because she had the A1s, her first shoe. The A2 comes out May 2nd. So get you some.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yes, we're going to do that all the month of March, even though, I mean, we can honor women's every week. But like I said, this is the month set aside. So we're going to make sure that we bring up some people that you may or may not be familiar with and put you up on game.
Yeah, I know y'all familiar with Asia, but you don't know what we're going to have next week.
Guess you got to tune in to find out. Got to have me back up.
And if you guys have any women that you want to shout out for the month, leave it in the comments, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on our Instagram. Please do that, because we want to give all the women their flowers.
Absolutely. All right. So we're going to move right along to tunnel fits and fashion flips. Right. Now, who we got this week now? Okay. Let's start it. Left to right.
So we got Taylor for the New York Sirens. So I chose somebody that on the Women's Hockey League.
Yeah.
Because not only did I love her outfit, I wanted to choose a hockey player.
That's what's up, yeah. And people, like I said, it's not just about the tunnel fits in the NFL and the NBA. All sports, they come in a little G'd up. So I'm not mad at this. I like a good scarf moment on the head.
That was my favorite part, the scarf. Yeah. I love the way she paired it with her. It matches her purse. So.
And the glasses.
Yep.
Well, they're a little bit different. We're kind of similar. I got some glasses
like
that have the yellow tone, and those are some of my favorite pairs of glasses. So I like it.
I love it. I thought it was cute. You know, I know a lot of times people look at women's sports and like, well, they're not going to show no skin or do nothing. But we have people doing both, like showing skin, oversized stuff. It doesn't matter. Women can wear so many different things that you can go from looking super girly to looking tomboyish, and it's still a vibe. So I love her outfit.
Yeah, I like it too.
In the middle, who is that? That's LeBron.
Brother LeBron. I like that sweater, the shirt he has on. I love all things colorful.
Yes.
I really do. Like things that just grab your attention, that are bold. Those are some of my favorite pieces. So I really do actually like the shirt he has on, the pink star in the middle.
The Nike. That's a Nike sweater.
I like it.
I love it. You know, LeBron, sometimes he put on questionable stuff, but I like this. And it looks like he's aging backwards in this photo. So he don't look old. I mean, he's not old. Let me stop.
He ain't looking like old brother Delroy.
Because I'm older than... He don't look like Delroy here, huh?
Not as much. I mean, they still almost doppelgangers. Yeah. But, no, I like that fit, actually.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And then last, we have Sanaya Rivers, who is one of my favorite people. She plays for the Vinyl with Unrivaled and with the Connecticut Sun in the W. What do you think about her fit?
I think that's a cool, relaxed look. I like the jacket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite piece of it. Now, the shoes, what we got going on the shoes?
Look like we got some slippers.
Now, are those toes hanging out, or is that, you know how some shoes are made like, is that her toes?
I think those are her toes.
Okay.
You said... I mean, she
Well, I
is in
had to
Miami
ask.
at the time.
You know, they
so-
make all types of stuff. Like we done seen some.
like with fake toes or fake tail. Yeah. No, those are.
So that's why I
think
was
those are
like, is
hers.
that part of the shoe or is that the
I
top?
think it's hers.
I don't mind it. Like I said, it's cool. It's a relaxed fit type of look, kind of like how LeBron is relaxed too. You know, these aren't super dressy looks or whatever. But I do like the jacket. It looks like it's soft and plushy almost.
Yeah, it looks.
will.
I love it. The only thing I don't like is that bag.
The bag reminds me of like the Apple AirPod case. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
It does.
It does, don't it?
It does. And I think maybe that's what I don't like. I don't like the shape.
It's cool. I feel like it almost looks like a space pack or
Yeah.
something to me.
Yeah.
A little futuristic.
Going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship with that bag.
Ready to go. Got everything I need. So yeah, overall, I think this is a good week. Like I said, I feel like the first one is a more simpler look. But I think it's good. I like the scarf and the pop of color with the purse to tie it together.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, colorful all day. When you see color, like that's the first thing that draws me to it. So that's why I really like 2 and 3, just because of the colors of it all. But in terms of like, oh man, they just blew out the park. I think this is a cool week. I think everybody did good.
Yeah, I really like LeBron's sweater, and I would like to have it for myself to wear oversized with something cute. I think I like that. So I need to find it.
Nike. Probably could Google it.
And that's
I
what I'm
bet
gonna
you
do.
it's probably high.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Or maybe it was specially made. No, I mean, that might
No.
be. You don't think he got that special?
No, please don't. I would like to have that.
Probably online. We can probably find it. All right, so that's our tunnel fit and fashion flips. We are on to the closing huddle already. So a few things coming up in your sports week. The Royals remain in spring training with games all this weekend. So Friday, they'll be facing the Dodgers. Saturday on March 7th, they're going to be playing the Reds. And then Sunday on March 8th, the White Sox. Local sports, the Kansas City Mavericks. Not that Royals aren't local, but you know what I'm trying to say.
But they're not here right
We
now.
still in Kansas City. You're right. They're in spring training. Okay. Locally here in Kansas City, the Mavericks hockey team are going to play back-to-back home games this Friday, March 6th and Saturday, March 7th against the Tahoe Night Monsters. That's an interesting name. Tahoe Night Monsters.
And it's night with like in
Yeah,
in
like
castle.
a night in the castle.
Huh.
The Night Monsters.
The night monsters.
It don't matter though because they're gonna lose.
But
I'm just playing. Shout out to the Mavericks holding it down. I told y'all last week that my STL else. The Mavericks have been doing their thing. So hopefully they can keep the winning streak alive this weekend. If you're in KC, check out a game. And then also we'll stay local, but Sporting KC will actually be on the road and they'll be taking on San Diego FC this Saturday, March 7th. So that's your local lineup. Keena, what we got on
they
the
get a
NBA
win.
side?
Hopefully they get a win.
Yeah.
In basketball, we have the Magic versus the Timberwolves Saturday and the Knicks versus the Lakers Sunday. Those are just a couple of big games that'll be happening this upcoming weekend. World Baseball Classic. USA has 3 games coming up. Friday versus Brazil, Saturday versus Great Britain, and Monday versus Mexico. And on my racing time, they going to race again on Sunday at the Straight Talk Wireless 500 in Phoenix. If you want to watch, it's on FS1.
Nice.
I'm gonna be watching because I want to see if they can win 4 in a row because that's insane. That's insane.
That would be crazy.
That's insane. So looking forward to this week, like we talked about. It is Big 12 tournament time, so we will be looking at the ladies play basketball this week. So if you're unable to make it, at least watch it. But there's also like wherever you are. Now I know everybody that watches us isn't in KC,
Right.
But there may be a women's conference tournament playing in your city. Go out, support. Looking ahead to next week, the USA Women's Basketball World Cup qualifying tournament starts. So we'll see people like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, who else is that? Paige Beckers playing. So I'm excited for that as well.
Nice. Okay. Well, a lot to look forward to in the sports world. Even in the off seasons, there's always a sport that's on.
There's
so
something.
so much going
Racing's on. That's crazy.
Incredible. Now, if they win this one, child, what is
I'm
going
going to talk
on?
to Mike. Like,
Right?
what y'all
What
got
y'all got in
going
the
on?
Kool-Aid? Like, how these boys going so fast? But yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. Now, to close out, we'll have our song of the week, okay? And so once again, in honor of Women's History Month, I figured we would take it way back a little bit. We're going to take it back to some of the original ladies in hip-hop, okay? I got to put my DJ hat on for a little bit. Now, this song, to me, Queen Latifah featuring Moni Love, Ladies First. This was out in 89, y'all. This first debuted back in 89. So
I was 8.
I was
Talk
what?
about, ooh, ladies first, ladies first.
I was 4, depending on, because I don't know what month it came out. So I was
That's
either 4
true.
or 5.
That's true. I could have been
But
7.
this was kind of like an intersectional anthem, and it advocated for the voices of Black women, both politically and culturally. And we know Queen Latifah was one of the first ladies to ever do it in a hip hop game. So I figured for Women's History Month, we bring it back to that. So if you haven't heard that, or if you remember it, it's an oldie but goodie.
It is.
Pump it up this
It
week.
is.
Ladies first. So that does conclude our episode. Once again, we want to thank you all for joining us at the Polished Playbook podcast. We are here each and every week, wherever you consume your podcast, whether that's YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio. What else we got, Ken? Amazon, Apple.
Yeah.
All
Everywhere.
Of them. We everywhere. And make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe. We are still new getting out the blocks, but we would love, love, love it. If you like what you see and you have a good time, laugh with us, share it with somebody because they may like it as well. So be sure to follow us on Instagram at the Polished Playbook Pod. And also, like I said, on any of your channels, YouTube. Feel free to subscribe. Yeah. That way you never miss a drop of when a new episode hits.
Okay? I know that's right.
All right, all right. So once again, you've been rocking with your girl, DJ Diamond Diva. This is my girl, Kina, a.k.a. Nails and Novels. If you want to follow us on Instagram, feel free to, at Nails and Novels with a Z at the end, and at DJ Diamond Diva. But until next time, let's go Chiefs and everybody else. Supporting everybody.
See y'all next week.
See y'all next week.